All right, so if you've been playing guitar for years, but still feel like you're starting over every time you pick up your guitar, this is for you. There was a moment in my guitar journey where I basically quit my guitar. I left it up in my closet, just storing up dust, not really doing anything with it. If anything, I would like every, I don't know, couple months, every month, I don't even know. I would just grab it, maybe try to play the same old songs. I would try to, do something with it, and that's it. Right? I put my guitar back in the closet again. And it wasn't because suddenly I started hating guitar, but it was actually because it got boring and repetitive. When I first started playing tabs, for example, of course, it was such an exciting thing to do, right? Because, you would get a tab of your favorite song. But as I kept doing it, months passed by. I mean, even years passed by, just playing tabs, playing tabs, playing tabs, playing tabs. At one point, I didn't want to do it anymore. Techniques, and yes, even though I learned new techniques and all that stuff, it wasn't really enough and get me to actually get back onto guitar, more consistently, right? And actually with excitement and inspiration. Now, let me tell you about tabs and, random tutorials, right? The problem with them is that they don't actually build real skills as a musician. The problem with them is that they lack context on basically telling you where everything comes from. So, for example, specifically on guitar tabs, you don't know how those tabs are actually being created. And here's the thing with most guitar pros or guitars, who are actually more advanced. They don't usually learn songs with tabs. They make the tabs. They play by ear and create their own arrangements. And that right there is what got me unstuck. Unstuck from the cycle of just every single time I'm just memorizing tabs over and over and over again. Not actually being creative, not making something that is of my own. And that right there is what I did to get unstuck. And generally, I wish I would have started learning this way sooner. Like back when I was learning tabs, because if that happened, if I started doing this way before, I wouldn't have had to quit. So if you were like me, like you left your guitar picking up dust in the closet, or maybe you're starting out with tabs and stuff like that, or I'm about to tell you right now the 3 core skills so you can get unstuck or not even get in the cycle of feeling like you're starting over every single time you pick up the guitar. So I'll start with ear training. So basically with ear training, so what you do is you basically get pieces of music. Okay, you get pieces of music, right? You have this whole song, right? You can get a bunch of songs and you can, get just a specific clip, like the beginning. And you would basically, put that little clip, maybe like 10 seconds, right? And put it onto the guitar, right? And you do that over and over and over again. And like that, you get reps and you get better. So core skill number 2, it basically comes down to being able to play by ear, right? Get any song that you want fully, right? And play that by ear, arrange it. Make your own arrangement, right? Having it come out from your own creativity. So every arrangement is different because you have a note, right, that repeats again across the fretboard, right? So to give you another example, you have an F here, you have an F here, you have an F here. So basically what I'm trying to say is there's multiple Fs happening across the fretboard. The notes get repeated, right? And that's what makes arrangements different. So anybody can decide where to play in, whether in their arrangement they want to play lower, right? Or they want to play higher. They could go from lower to higher to whatever they want, right? So that's what makes arrangements so unique. That's what makes playing by ear so unique. So core skill number 3, and this ties in basically how to actually make everything work, All right. So this is contextual theory. So contextual theory basically gives you the answer to what do you train when you train your ear. It gives you the answer to how to arrange your song and make your life 1,000 times easier. Contextual theory is your guide. A lot of people see theory as this very, very scary monster, which is absolutely not, because theory is supposed to help you. Theory is supposed to guide you. The problem is sometimes, or a lot of the times, you have people who overload you with theory, with things that maybe they're not at your level yet, right? So you get all this complicated music theory, or maybe they try to get you started in a super higher level when you don't even know what a key is. You don't even know what a tonic is. So basically, I'm going to give you a demonstration basically on using these 3 core skills. Obviously, I'm not going to go and do a full song right now, but this is basically just to give you a demonstration on how it looks like right when you start. So we have right here Bruno Mars, Count on Me. In the middle of the sea, to find you. You can't see. I'll be the light to guide you. So right there, what I basically just identified, just with that little clip right there, pretty much just identified my tonic, okay, of a song, and I identified that it's C, right? So in the beginning, right there, I'm hearing that, and then I'm hearing like rests in the song, right? When you have like finished sentences, right? And I explained this in my starter pack, like on detail, but basically right there, you can see, I'll sail the world to find you, right? So right there is telling me the tonic, right? It starts with the tonic. I mean, honestly, this is also a very simple song, right? So yeah, and also in the beginning, right? I'm just kind of getting vibes, like if I think of so if I think of like this song right away, I'm like, this is like more of a, I guess, happy song. It's not really a sad song. So minor is basically like a sad song, and major is a more happy song, right? So just to kind of like figure out that beginning chord right there, right, that I'm hearing. If I would basically, for example, try a C minor chord, it would sound like this. So I could basically try right here a C major chord, see how that sounds, right? If you ever find yourself, right? So right there, right? We basically just have, we got the tonic, we got the chord right there, right? Which actually, just by getting the chord, right, this would basically be the tonic chord of our song, which also tells us that the key is actually in C major, okay? Because we found, because right here, just from getting the tonic chord, right, if the tonic is C, right, the tonic chord is gonna be C major, okay? So there you go. Now, getting it from chords, it's actually a little bit more advanced because it involves knowing about triads, knowing about how to create chord voicings all over the fretboard. It's a little bit more advanced, right? So there is a little bit different and a little bit more simpler approach to making sure, that this is major, that this is in major or minor. Obviously, when you get a little bit more advanced, right, and you start getting chords by ear and stuff like that, those things, will make things even easier, even faster, right? But when you're starting out, there is a little bit different method to doing that. So if you want the first step to start training your ear, I've got a free drill I give all my private students to get you started. just message me drill, right? Or comment drill on Instagram, and I'll send it over. I'll leave my Instagram below. So with that said, thank you for watching, and remember that now is the time to become fluent in guitar. See you in the next one, and God bless.